Good morning, YouTubers. It's Papa Chaz back to you today. I'm getting ready to do some cooking this afternoon. Yesterday I did a little video and put it up on my new Brinkman smoker grill. And today we're going to put it to the test. We got it all cured, fired up and cured yesterday. And this afternoon we're going to do some chickens. And you can see what all I got here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a garlic butter injection marinade. And I'm going to halve these two chickens. I got two whole chickens. Going to cut them in half, split it right down the breast, and then go around the backbone. And then I'm going to mix up this sauce and do some injecting and let them rest for a little while. And what my sauce is going to be is it's going to be a stick of butter melted. It'll be a 1/4 cup of apple juice. It'll be 2 tablespoons of brown sugar and a tablespoon of garlic powder. And I'm going to mix all that. I'll melt the butter and then mix all that up and then let it cool back to room temperature. And get these chickens cut. We're going to leave the skin on. You see my injection needle. And we'll be shooting that right into the meat, into the breasts, into the thighs and the legs. Make sure when you're injecting something you go under the skin. Leave that skin on there. Don't poke no holes in it if you can help it. Helps keep it juicy. You can see I got some corn here too. We're gonna add some corn on the grill. When we get down to the point where we got about an hour left, we'll put that corn on there and let that corn cook on it too. When I get done injecting it, we're gonna rub it down with olive oil. You can see my olive oil sitting there. And I'm gonna put some of that. I got some hickory rub, some dry hickory rub. I'm gonna put on it, and then sprinkle a little bit of brown sugar over it. Give that skin a good brown, real pretty glaze coating when it gets done cooking. And I'm gonna cut this off. I can't do it and hold the camera too, so I'm gonna cut this off and I'll prep these chickens and come back to you in just a little while. And we'll talk back at you later. Alright, I'm back at you. I want to show you these chickens. I got them cut up. I got the sauce cooling. Or the butter is already just melted, so I'm fixing to get the sauce cooling here in just a minute. But you can see, all I did was basically just go right down the breast, and then I cut out the backbone on each side of the backbone, and that's what it looks like from that side, and then of course the other side. And then I'm going to take this injection needle and go under the skin, into the leg there, on each side, several places through the breast. I'll do top and bottom, in underneath here, and go in under there, just to kind of give you some ideas. You know, it'll need to go under the skin like we was talking about a while ago. And then I'll inject it, hit it 3 or 4 places in the breast and each thigh and each leg a couple times. And then I'll rub it down with my olive oil and sprinkle some rub on it and pat it in good. And then I'll sprinkle some of that brown sugar on it like we said a while ago. That gives it a good golden brown on that skin. Helps it cook and make it look better. But that's where we're at right now. And I'm going to go ahead and finish getting this sauce mixed up. And while I'm letting these rest, I got to go out and get my heat plates cut out. I got some metal to cut out for my grill. You know, y'all watched it from yesterday. You know, I'm doing some modifications. I'm going to put in some heat baffles. And when I did that thing yesterday, at one point in time, I had 100 degrees difference from one end to the other. And got to get them heat plates made and get them put in there so it cook a little more even. But that's it for now, and I'll be back at you in just a little while. Hey YouTubers, Papa Chaz back at you. Alright, there's my chicken. You can see I got it all doctored up. It's been a couple hours since I was on here earlier. And we got it rubbed down good. Got some brown sugar, got some rub, got it injected. It's been sitting in the refrigerator cooling while I went out and made my baffle plates. And I'm going to slide this back in the refrigerator because I got the pit fired up, but it's not quite ready yet. And I did get some baffle plates made, but I didn't get all of them made. I got just 3 cut, the main ones that I needed. And with my water pan, I'm hoping that I can get enough heat diversion for today anyway. And I've just fired it up. You can see we got about 160 there. Smokestack end showing 143. Firebox end showing 157. Just click the 157. And like I said, it's only been going about 15 minutes. I'm gonna open this, but then I'm gonna have to close it real quick again because you can see, hopefully, right there's the water pan. You see that diamond plate steel I got down in there. I got another one right there. And then I made a baffle to go in that end. Don't know if we're going to be able to see it. I guess I'll know when I get on the computer. To divert that heat down and see if we can get it to the other end so there's not 100 degrees difference in one end to the other. So let this thing get up to temp. I want to get those plates good and hot, and then I'll cool it back down, and then we're going to get the chicken on and get it started cooking. So we'll be back at you after a while. Hey YouTubers, I'm back. I got everything ready, fixing to stick this stuff on the grill. You can see that one's about 250. This one is 276. This one is 217. And still got to do some work on them baffles, but it's definitely better than it was. A little bit ago it was only 25 degrees difference. So fixing to put the chicken in here and get started with the cooking. As you can see, we got it going on right here. And what I'll be doing is I'll be coming out in about 45 minutes and checking it. And we'll be basting it. I'll see what I need to do about trying to keep it all pretty much over the water pan. And we'll come back out in a little bit and verify our temperatures, because it dropped off for sure right there. I'm going to open that up just a tad. Give it a little bit more air. Let's raise that back up. I'm going to try to keep it right there in the middle, about 250. And hoping this will cook in about 3.5 hours. And let's see my smokes. Got good clear smoke. I'm cooking with cherry wood. Of course, we started it with charcoal, and I got some cherry. I got enough to do this one and maybe one more. I'm gonna have to get me some more wood cut. So I'm gonna get my son-in-law to cut me some more wood and bring it to me. But be back to check it in a little while, where you can see what we got going on. Hey YouTubers, Papa Chaz back at you. We're 45 minutes in, and we're holding temp. That's about 265, showing 300, showing 224. Haven't raised the lid yet. That's one of the things with a smoker. You don't raise the lid unless you just have to. This is one of those times where I'm fixing to baste it with some apple juice, and then it's only gonna be quick. But as you can see, we are looking good, looking good. So we're going to do some quick basting. I need a spray bottle so I can just spritz them. But I don't have one. I meant to get one a while ago when I went to the store and forgot to. I probably got a couple out there, but I want to make sure, since I'm going to be using it for food, that it's clean. But as you can see, we're looking good. And I am going to get this done and close this thing right quick. Because we're losing heat, Okay, so there we go. So I'll come back out probably, I think I got about 30 minutes before I have to check the wood again. And looks like my fire's doing good. You can see we got a good clear smoke going on. You just barely can see it. And it's holding temp good, and just about closed right there. We just barely got it open. I am impressed with this grill. I have to admit that. I am very impressed with it, because I've never used an offset before. I've had 2 or 3 of them little bullet smokers, but we've always wondered. I've always wanted one of these things, and but I always wondered how good would they hold heat with the heat all the way on one end. But man, that baffle made the difference, but I still got a little bit of work to do on it. Anyway, we'll be back in a little while. When it comes time to check the wood again, I'll put that on the video, and in the meantime, we'll be back after a while. Hey YouTubers, Papa Chaz back to you. Okay, it's we're 2 hours into our cook, and it's time to do some more basting and do some rotating and flip them over, see how we're doing. I've had to put a little bit more wood on it. My little pieces of cherry are not doing that well, and I've had to open it up to get the heat back up. But I'm going to do some right here, but it's got to be done. Oh, and we are looking good. Alright, I'm going to split these. And I'm also going to rotate the one that was farthest from the heat over. And we're going to baste a little bit more apple juice. When I come back out in about 45 more minutes, I'm going to baste them with my injection sauce. And see if that will add a little bit to the flavor. They look good, ain't no doubt about that. Right there. Water pan's holding water good, so the moisture should stay up. They should be good and moist. So let me get this closed, and I'm going to give it about 30 minutes. And I'm going to put the corn on, and let it finish cooking with the chicken. I'm expecting this to be about 3.5 hours, so I'll take the tip in about 45 minutes when I come back, and we'll see. And in the meantime, we'll be back after a while. Hey YouTubers, Papa Chaz back to you again this afternoon. We're still cooking, got everything going on. We are at about 135. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that with the fog, with the smoke. We're about 135 on the meat. Just have put the corn in. We'll do that. Of course, you can see when you raise that lid, you really lose temp. So I'm not gonna keep it up. We'll come back in. Yeah, we're about 135, almost 140 on that side. I expected it to be hotter on that side than the other side. So see, we got it going on. We're gonna have corn. We're gonna have chicken, and it's gonna be good. And I'm gonna get this closed. And I found out that my cherry wood chunks I had wasn't big enough, and I thought I had enough probably to do this smoke and one more, but I'm going to wind up using it all for this one. They just wasn't big enough to keep the fire hot enough as long as I needed it to stay hot. So I may wind up finishing this with either just charcoal briquettes, or I got a little bit of that oak under there. I guess I could kind of use some of that if I needed to. Since I had that up, it's gonna take it a few minutes to get back up to temp and clean that smoke up. But we're looking good. Ain't no doubt about it, it's looking good. So we'll be back in about 45 minutes to check it all again and see where we're at. And I'm looking at maybe an hour and 15, hour and 30 minutes to eat time. Of course, we'll let it sit and rest for a few minutes before we eat. But try to have it ready when the wife gets home from work. And we'll come back and check again in a little while. Peace out. Hey YouTube, Papa Chaz back. It's time to rotate, baste, and flip. And checking some temps. We got our chicken up to about 155, so we're not too far away from it. I'm gonna open the drafts up a little bit and let this thing get a little bit more heat. And I'm gonna baste this and flip them. You can see my corn's doing pretty good. If you ain't never grilled corn, man, you don't know what you're missing. But I'm gonna baste these and flip them over and rotate them a little bit, because it's still hotter on this end than it is on the other end, and I got to hurry up and do this so that I can get my heat temp back up, and probably won't check back in until we're done. So man, it's looking good. I'm ready to eat. We'll be back at you later. Okay YouTubers, we're done. We are at 165 on all of them. Everything is looking good, and I'm about to pull it off, and we're gonna go eat. So just letting you know, it took 4 hours for it to hit that temp, and had a little bit of trouble holding temperature with the grill because my cherry wood was a little bit too small, so I'll have to make sure I get bigger pieces next time. But anyway, it's looking good, and we'll let you know. Okay, Papa Chad's back at you. You can see our chicken's done. Man, it looks good. It temped out good, cooked 4 hours. Got some corn ready. We got bread and potatoes in the oven because I didn't think to put the potatoes on the grill. But we'll be eating here in a little bit, and that wraps up today cooking on my first time on my new smoker grill. So we'll post up a comment after a while, let you know how good it was. So talk to you later.